The most important words that we say from the platform every Sunday are, whoever you are and wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. One of the ways we make that welcome happen is that we greet our first-time guests. So if you're with us for the first time this morning, if you would raise your right hand as I am raising mine. We have a new guest down here, and then one in the back. Our ushers will be, if you would keep your hand up, our ushers are bringing you some information about Unity in general and Unity of Louisville in specific, as well as a candle for you to take home. If you'd like to get our newsletter, drop by the welcome desk downstairs and give us your email. We won't pester you, but we will keep you informed as to what is going on. The candle, when you light that at home, just know that we recognize the Christ Spirit that lives in you, as well as the Christ Spirit that lives inside each and every one of us. Let's greet our first-time visitors. I'll remind you that the next part is scheduled for 2.5 to 3 minutes on our budget, but it always takes more than that. This is when we greet each other. We are by nature, I'll say this for our new guests, we're by nature a hugging group. So if you want to be hugged, go ahead and put your arms out. If you'd rather have a handshake or a fist bump, put your hand out accordingly, and please let's respond in the same manner. Otherwise, let's hug the hell out of each other. Thank you, Deb. In unity, we affirm the eternal truths that we already know exist in order to make them manifest in our individual lives and in the life of our congregation as a whole. So if you would please join me in doing this month's unity affirmation. Let's read this together. Love is the power which brings life and vitality to all creations and dreams. That's worthy of a second reading. Let's do it again. Love is the power which brings life and vitality to all creations and dreams. Thanks to all of you. We are about to begin the more meditative portion of today's service with the singing of the Lord's Prayer that Deb will lead us in, after which there will be a moment of silence as our oneness blessers and prayer chaplains bless the congregation.
O Heavenly Spirit, who in love abideth, we worship Thee, we praise Thy holy name. Teach us Thy children evermore to love Thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Teach us Thy children evermore to love Thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Oh, give us grace to meet the coming morrow. Forgive our debts as others we forgive. Thou leavest not Thy children in temptation, and from all error Thou deliverest us. Thine is the kingdom, Thine the power and glory, world without end, forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Today's reading from the Daily Word, February the 23rd, today's word, forgive. As I forgive, I know the fullness of divine love. God's love flows freely to all who will receive it. Only as I forgive, however, can I fully experience God's love. Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore wrote, "Forgiveness is the art of putting something else in place of the thing forgiven. That something else is the positive realization of the truth of being. When I discover a thought arising about myself or a person or incident I have resented, I need not condone what was done or left undone. I need only release the thought and focus on the eternal truth that every person is the image and likeness of God, regardless of what they may have done or failed to do. Even if my new feelings are slow to respond, my act of forgiveness is complete. Matthew 6:12. And forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And so it is.
Send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me.
And now as we take a breath in, getting comfortable right where we are, taking another deep breath in and allowing that peace to flow through you. With another deep breath, I invite you to close your outer eyes if you haven't already done so. Or choose a spot in this beautiful sanctuary just to focus on for a moment. Allowing ourselves to go inward to that space of divine mind. That space of connection, that space of truth and wisdom. Being present right here, right now, in your heart space. Allowing the love to flow over the mountain, to flow over the sea, spreading like the wings of a bird. Planting seeds of love along the way. Love for yourself. Love for your family. Your friends. Love for humanity. That gift of love is the healing energy of life. And let's rest right here in that love and in the silence. And as we take a breath, we bring forth the gratitude and joy for the guidance, for the wisdom that is flowing in and through us, in and through humanity. Creating that healing force of energy, stirring the wisdom, stirring the love all around. And as that beautiful bird spreads the wings of life and flows back to us, we live in joy for the gift, the many gifts and blessings that are our lives. Individually, collectively, and for humanity. And so it is. Amen.
A sweet journey deep within ourselves, where we see the face and we hear the voice of God. As we listen to it speak through us.
I am here inside of you. I am all around you. You are part of me. I am all of you. We are each a melody with a very special key, with special notes arranged for our individuality. God plays each one separately, a variation on a theme. All melodies belong to thee, omnipresent symphony. I am here inside of you. I am all around you. You are part of me. I am all of you. We create our harmonies by intertwining melodies. Peace, be still and listen to omnipresent symphony. I am here inside of you. I am all around you. You are part of me. I am all of you. I am here inside of you. I am all around you. You are part of me. I am all of you. I am here inside of you. I am all around you. You are part of me. I am all of you.
Excellent. Beautiful. And it's the truth. Spirit is alive in each and every one of us. And in our daily lives, as we move through, if we remember nothing but that, and when we get to that point of frustration or anxiety or worry, we take that breath and remember this beautiful moment and recenter into that space of divine, which is you. We get to choose the life, that inner journey. We get to choose how deeply we dive in to that spirit, or if we just flutter in and pass through. And in a moment, it's different. One morning, the connection is strong and vibrant. And the next, it can be fleeting. And we become the observer. And look at what's holding me back. What is holding me back from the good that is all present around me? My own thoughts, my own healing journey. And so as we observe, we get to ask the question, why can I love someone else more than I love myself? And that's not a truth, but that's what we think. How many have ever thought that? Okay. Oh yeah, right. And the truth is, until we can love ourselves completely and wholly, we're only putting a toe in to give that love to someone else. And therefore it comes back to us as that small love that we stepped into. So I'm inviting you to love yourself, immerse yourself in your own love, into that wisdom that is you, that moves in and through you with every breath that you take. You're never separated from it. That's the truth. And so it is a deep journey. It's not always an easy one. But when the challenges come forth, if we remember, I am here inside of you. I am all around you. I am you, and you are me. It's beautiful. And it is the absolute truth. You can't change it. We just have to believe it. Right. And today's daily word was perfect. As I forgive, I know the fullness of divine love. Well, the first person we have to forgive is ourselves for whatever the thought is that's running on the hamster wheel in your mind. You know, sometimes I get on that. Anybody else? You feel like that little hamster that's running and running and running, and you got nowhere to go. You're not getting anywhere. Yeah, life is just going by, and you are. You are what you're thinking. You are what you're creating and what you're manifesting. And when we wake up and become really awake that we're in control with God, so we're not out here by ourselves floating through the universe. We're not separate. And here's the better even than that, because, you know, we're human and we need that human companionship. And so as a spiritual community, when we come together as that love and we send it out, what's the ripple effect? What comes back to this loving community? That love. And so when we affirm the good and deny that any person, place, or thing has any power in our lives, we're not saying it doesn't exist. Because in our mind it does, and therefore it's manifested, whatever that challenge is. But we do say that we have the control to move through it and know that the truth of it is it has no power in me. There is no darkness except for that which I let in to cover up the light. Yeah. You know, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm a late baby boomer, and my entire life on the outer world has been nothing but war. I do not remember a day in my lifetime where there was not a war somewhere on this planet. And that's sad. And so when I go into my prayer and I connect and I send myself that love, and then I'm able to shoot it out into the world, it helps me to know that somewhere there's a vibration of love that's touching someone or something, some situation, as the divine mind. It's changing and transforming the hatred in our world to love. You know, in spiral dynamics, we look at it from the point of view of humanity has, come from this lower consciousness and unity. We call it atom consciousness, right? Because that's the story of the violence, of the conflict that's going on within us all the time. We're not separated from it. But when we learn how to move up the spiral into that higher consciousness, into that space of love, and we can sit there and send out that vibration, those that are on the lower consciousness tend to ride up with us. And so we are a magnetic pull of love when we are in that space. And so not only are we healing our own being through that self-love, but we are putting it out as a vibrational energy into the world and allowing others to heal and be love for themselves. And we don't talk about it a lot in unity. And in our families, sometimes people look at us like we're selfish. Anybody ever had that one? A bunch of weirdos, yeah, I grew up with that one. Yeah. Yeah. I grew up with that one, James. I can definitely understand where that one comes from. Being the only unity kid in a Catholic, predominant Baptist community, I was unique. I was a unique child of God for sure. And that plays into it, right? Because you look at everybody around you and we're all different. But when you're really different, you get some self-image of who you are that is not the truth of you. And we get that from our families, right? Sometimes, and they don't mean anything. I mean, they don't mean to harm us. Our families don't. Just, something will come out sideways. Well, you could have done better on that test. Well, no, I did the best that I could, It is what it is. Yeah, I could have made a better choice. We all can make better choices, but living in the fact that, okay, yeah, I'm going to make mistakes in this lifetime. And all of humanity has been making mistakes for centuries. But now it's time for us to wake up and to share and to spread the seeds of love, not only within this little bitty sanctuary, which is really big, but outside. How do we do that? The place that we can move from that self-love into that community of love is through communication and communicating as love. And being honest. When it doesn't feel good, say it. And if somebody tells you something that doesn't feel good, you don't have to take it on that you did something, because you probably didn't. Don't take it personally. I love the 4 agreements. Because in the truth of it, we all perceive things through our family of origins belief, right? Through our culture, through whatever high school we went to in Louisville, because, you know, that's how we're all identified, right? We're identified. Where did you go to high school? Mm-hmm. But listen to the heart. Just like we teach the prayer chaplains. We don't listen with our ears. We listen in the heart. And when we're able to do that and understand that we all are imperfect in a perfect way, we are all seeking wholeness and love and joy. And sometimes we don't always express it in a nice way. So be patient and just listen. And if you're an empath and you need to put up your wall, then put up your wall, but don't take it personally. Learn how to move through all the emotions, all the feelings that are coming through us every day. Know your own triggers, right? How many of you know what triggers you? Okay. How many of your family members know what triggers you? It's always a joke at our house when I'm really serious, really serious, and I'm serious about something, I'm having a conversation, then the first thing that happens is my husband, I'll start pushing my buttons, and he's doing it intentionally. But I'm not noticing because I'm so serious. And then the 4 kids are snickering in the background, you know, going, she has no clue. And it goes on and on and on until I just kind of look at him and say, okay, I get it. I'll stop, you know, because I do get really serious about life and about the opportunities that we have to make a difference. And sometimes somebody has to say, okay, calm down, let's laugh. You know, life is to be joy. And I forget that sometimes in my task to do. You know, I got to check this one off, this one. And for those of you that know, I am a type A personality. If you didn't know that, oh well. But I really had to learn to be impeccable with my word, right? Because as kids, when we grow up, anybody ever tell white lies? Okay, yeah, I always got caught in them. My mom had ESP or something, I don't know. She always knew, she was telepathic. If we did something, she knew it. She was calling us on the phone before we even were done. What are y'all doing? We're not doing anything, Mom. Yeah, no, that's not true. I know you are. What are y'all doing? I'm like, how does she know? She's at work. We're 3 girls at home. And usually it was somebody was upset with the other one, and there could have been an ottoman thrown through the door, or we locked somebody down in the basement because there's a wild bird down there, and you know, all kinds of crazy things happen. But Mom always knew. And so we each get to live our own unique life. But that doesn't mean that the other person doesn't matter. No matter what the hurt is, no matter what happens, no matter what the circumstances, and this one's hard, we get to love them. We don't have to like and condone what they do, but we are the love. And they are God, just as we are God, and therefore there's no separation. And if we send that hate out towards someone else, what's coming back to us? Right. Like a boomerang. So why do it? Send out the love. Send out joy. Don't take it personally. I love that. Joy is what really counts in our lives. Laughter, bubbling up, being silly, not so serious, allowing as individuals that, yeah, I'm human, I'm going to make mistakes, and know that you're going to make mistakes. But if we stand in that place of love, and sometimes it's not even mistakes, sometimes we just don't agree because our beliefs are different, our cultures are different, and so we disagree in love. Anybody done that? I have a family that I have to do it with quite often, extended family, because our children marry other families, come into the picture, and other individuals, and it gets complicated sometimes at Thanksgiving, or if your siblings don't necessarily have the same views that you have about the world, you just tend to not talk about it. Or, as we do, we talk about it. We just know that we're not going to always agree. And that's okay, because we're unique. We don't have to agree. We just figure out how we're going to live together and be together. That's the important thing. Even as a community, how do we live together? How do we get to be together through all the chaos, through everyday life, and we come in here on Sundays and we just want to let go, and we want to be fed. And we're a community. In order to feed each other, what are we doing? And I want to share something today. I meant to bring the card up, but we started the food pantry back up because I got a call from Jenny. Many of y'all know Jenny First, and she started the food pantry, and when she started it, I said I would assist her. And we got a call from Cochran Elementary, and they were in dire need of food for their children to send home on the weekends. And these are families that are the working poor. And because they choose to work and they don't make very much money, sometimes they have to choose whether they're going to keep the lights and water on or whether they're going to feed the babies, one or the other. Or they do both, but they don't do either very well. And it's because they have limited thinking and limited resources. And so we have a congregant who has been taking all the food down every week. And they sent a card saying, thank you for seeing the need and stepping in and fulfilling the love, feeding the children. It's making a difference in so many lives that we'll never see and know. But that's who we are. And that's the love that we're sending out to our children right now. That's the message that we're sending out to the families in the community. So I invite you guys just to think and talk amongst yourselves and your friends that are here. What else? How else can I share the love in this community? What are the possibilities? Because it's really up to us. There's nobody that has all the answers. It's really about who we are and what do we want to share in the world. And everyone in here has a valued thought, has a valued service And if we get together, we can make a real difference by listening and by being the love. And as we each connect in humanity, no matter what color, no matter what culture, no matter what differences we might have, we know that we are one. One humanity, a rainbow of colors, wherever we are on this journey. So it is. Namaste.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What song the others hide? Rainbows are visions and only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish could be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Are these the sweet songs that call the young sailors? I think they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. There's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Thank you, Judy. That was beautiful. And Phil, today was just absolutely perfect. So now as we come together to give our love, our gifts, our tithes, our offerings, whatever it is. Let's infuse them with the love as these beautiful ushers come forward. And say together our prosperity proclamation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we send this beautiful love into the universe and say together our prosperity affirmation. We are stewards of divine abundance. We give and receive with gratitude and love. And so we have a lot going on right now, and in March, it's just jam-packed and lots of great musical entertainment every Sunday, so just know that there's lots of vibration coming through here that is good. Today we have our healing listening circle. So we have our consultants are here with us today, and there'll be 3 different listening circles so that everybody gets a chance to speak and be heard. So if there's anything heavy on your heart, anything that you just want to talk about the community, about your own life, and you just want to let it out, this is your opportunity, right here, right now, to just let go and say whatever you need to say about anything that's gone on in the past year, 6 years, 20 years, 100 years. You know, we're on 110th anniversary, so coming up, whatever it is. It's good. We're going to go downstairs. We do have food. Marge Dohaneman, yesterday, we had her memorial, and her family received a catered lunch, and so they left wonderful vegetables and some other spreads and stuff for us for today. So that's available. They also left these beautiful flowers for us to remember Marge and the light that she brought in and the beauty that she brought in through the meditation garden, along with Stella, Melvin, Pete, and everybody else that's on that team. So join us. There'll be 1 in this chapel, probably 1 in classroom 6, and 1 in one of the other classrooms. Yeah. I'm not going to micromanage, so y'all can go wherever you want. You know, that's just not me. And if we don't have enough in one, we have too many, we might switch. I'll let them manage that. Next weekend, this says Friday and Saturday, and that is incorrect. The dates are actually correct, but it is on Saturday and Sunday. So on our trust leaders, and it's the facilitators again, Lavina Wilkins, Tony Belak, and Kim Castle, who are here helping us to heal whatever chaos we've gone through recently. And on Saturday, the hours are from 10 a.m. to 2:30, and we will have lunch. And then on Sunday, it's 12 to 2. And I know that Jean has a special lunch that we're going to be doing for that. So make sure that if you will, you can sign up. And if you don't know yet, that's okay. But if I could get a head count for lunches, that would be nice. So there is a sign up downstairs. But everybody's welcome, and if you don't sign up and you find yourself next week wanting to come, just come on in, okay? And then if you look at this, we have lots going on. Tia McGrath concert on the 8th. The Youth and Family Flowers start on the 15th. So just keep your bulletin and know. You can always come here. I'm doing an Ash Wednesday meditation, and I'll talk a little bit about Lent, both at noon and at 7 for our kaleidoscope. All right, that's enough announcements. We'll stand for our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now for our peace song.
Namaste, y'all.